Hello, everybody. I have had a great time off camera gathering up stuff. I've got a bunch of materials to take to work on hi there, to work on my tower up there. Screw you. Yeah, that's right. You better die. Don't mess with me. Okay, no, I have been informed of incredible news. While I was doing stuff off camera, my boyfriend walked into the room and told me that they are making a movie about emojis. And my immediate reaction was just one of astonishment that anybody would make a movie about emoji, because that to me feels like the most soullessly corporate crap I have ever heard. Like, literally, what must have happened there? What must have happened right there is that at some point, there were just these executives in a room. And I'm on fire, give me a minute. And they were just like, we need to make a movie. We've got our budget already, and it's time to make another movie, guys. What are we gonna do? And then some robot just storms into the room, like smashes through the door. It's like, beep, boop, humans. I have determined from the use of our CORPORATRON computers that there is the popular thing, which is called emoji. You will now make a movie about the popular thing, which is called emoji. That's the most soullessly corporate idea, a movie about emojis. It's like, this is vaguely popular according to people that don't know what popularity is, so let's make a movie about it. And then the robot goes on to just be like, if you fail to create the movie about the popular thing, which is called emoji, you will be terminated. So that's how that director probably has to feel that got saddled with this crap. It's like, you have a budget of emoji dollars. If you fail to gross at least $100 billion, you will suffer immediate termination. So saith the CORPORATRON computer. That is what that poor soul has to put up with, I'm pretty damn sure. I'm just flabbergasted by that. That is terrifying when you think about it. Like, how out of touch are you that you make a movie about emoji? I don't know about film companies. Like, I'm not a real big movie watcher. I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch some TV on, like, Netflix and stuff. I watched Breaking Bad, and that was incredibly good. I'm gonna start watching Orange is the New Black soon, and I watch a few, like, cartoons, some anime, stuff like that. I collect, like, anything Gundam related and watch it. But, like, I don't have a lot of faith in movies lately, but I thought they were going into a better place. Like, the Marvel Cinematic movies, what I saw of those were really good, and there's been a few other really good movies out lately, I'm to understand. But then they do, like, let's make a movie about emojis. And everything that I know is immediately and instantly called into question about the movie industry. Who thought emojis would be a thing to make a movie about? What is the premise of the movie? People have a conversation that don't know how to express themselves, so they make stupid faces? I don't understand the emoji movie. But in other movie-related news, I did find a movie that I absolutely want to watch. I have not seen it. It is very old. I don't know the exact year. I think it's from like the 50s, 60s, something like that. It is called The Tingler. If you're not familiar with The Tingler, listen up, because you are in for a treat. This movie is a Vincent Price horror film. Vincent Price being the king of spoopy, basically. In his later years when he became desperate for money and would accept whatever the hell he had to do. Poor guy. But the premise is that a surgeon, played by Price, I believe, discovers that every human being has a parasite in their body wrapped around their spine. This wormy centipede-ish thing is called the Tingler. Everyone has one, and it kills you if you get too scared and don't scream. I shit you not. That is the premise of this movie, is that there's a centipede in your spine that will kill you if you don't scream when you're scared. So he uses this to murder his deaf-mute ex-wife, I think, because Vincent Price has a thing for killing his ex-wives or current wives in movies. which is strange because he didn't seem to have marital problems that I know of. But he uses the killer because he scares her and she can't scream. Because somehow screaming releases the pressure that it creates on your spine, and if you fail to, it will snap your spine. Holy shit. It is an amazing premise for a really dumb, bad movie. It sounds like crappy, scary as hell, and I really want to see this movie. If you have seen The Tingler, please let me know in the comments, and let me know if it is indeed worth my time, because I very much value my time, but I still kind of want to see such an awful sounding movie. Please let me know. I'm very excited for The Tingler. I have to find it somewhere. I hope it's on DVD somewhere. It's just too outrageously dumb of a premise for me to not desperately want to watch it. Let me up the ladder, please. Okay, we need to get that tall. That is the new floor. Ow, that hurt. Good job, me. Now, I'm aware that puts them in shadow, but that's fine because I have a plan. A lovely plan at that. I think you're going to like how I handled this. Let me see. I need one more height on this, then, and another ladder block. Ow. I'll just keep doing that because I don't care. I ain't even scared. Oh my god, I want to see this movie so bad. You don't even know. I have a weakness for awful movies that are like monsters. Anything like sci-fi or monster-y. Like if it's got a monster in it, I want to watch it. I don't know why. I have like some deep, deep passion for that. And this is like a private moment with Chaytel Solver right here. But my father, growing up, did not have a lot of time to spend with me or my brother or really anybody in our family because he worked very, very hard. I used to resent him for that. But I realize now that he was just working very hard to give us as good of a life as he could. And he had some pretty awful work he had to do. I don't want it there. Dang it. There we go. I want it there. Yes. And one of the only times he got to spend time with me was because he's very much a lawnmowers, cars, trucks, machinery person, and I am more of a technical person. I don't care for that kind of thing. I can't even drive because of my severe dyslexia. So we never had a lot in common. And it was always sad that we had so little in common. One thing, however, that my father and I have in common is a love of absolutely crap movies. Like crap monster movies specifically. And only crap ones, not good ones. Like he and I are okay with the existence of them. If we got one by accident, that was fine. But yeah, the bad ones. And so what would happen is one of the only times we could spend together was when he was home, when he wasn't like across the country working on building a bridge or a dam or something. Because he's an operating engineer in the union. Is we would watch whatever god-awful sci-fi original picture was the most recent one. And we would watch them every week together. And that was one of the only times we would spend together. We had a garden that grew fresh fruit. And so we would get a basket of it, and he would sit and peel like pears and apples and stuff, or oranges while we watched, and we would just eat it. Or grapes, or whatever we had that, we'd get from the store that wasn't something we grew. And that's one of the only fond memories that I have of my father, is watching these absolutely ass-tastic bad movies, and we would just make fun of how bad they were. He would insist, of course, that they were great, because that was his thing. But he knew that they were terrible with me, and it was great to spend that time with him, and I'm really lucky for the time I got to spend doing that with my father. Growing up, that was one of the only things that I really got to cherish. But we did once watch a movie that was so bad that even he admitted that it was terrible, and that was Swamp Thing. I can't remember if it was Swamp Thing or Man Thing. It was one of the things that were knockoffs of each other. It was a sci-fi original, and it was, oh my god, bad. I think it was Man Thing. It was a movie based on the Marvel character Man-Thing, and it was probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And even at the end of that, he had to admit it was terrible. He couldn't even keep his like character of thinking that the terrible movies were fantastic. He had to admit that that was just the worst movie he had ever watched with me. I maintain probably that is the most terrible movie. We could barely enjoy it. It was so bad. And we enjoy bad, so that's telling you a lot. If you've never seen that, by the way, I don't know if I recommend it or not, but if you can find it, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't even care if you pirated that when it was so bad. I don't think it made them a penny. I don't think that they want to admit that that movie exists. This was from the dark times of Marvel movies. It was from like the late 90s maybe, or really early aughts. Give it a look if you don't believe how bad a movie can be, though. You'll quickly understand. If you have seen the movie Man-Thing, please let me know how bad it was in the comments, because I will agree with you. In this, you and I will forever agree and are friends. That was the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. What was the most recent one I watched? I think I watched Sharknado, which was just fantastic. That movie was bad in like all the right ways. Sometimes I get ones that I enjoy, like even knowing that they're bad, I enjoy them like in spite of it, not because they're bad and I wanted a bad movie. And I know I'm weird for wanting to watch bad movies. That's not a thing most people want. But sometimes, man, sometimes if some reason it makes me relax, and it's like a coping thing. When I get really depressed, like I talked about a few videos ago, I sometimes do that and it helps me feel a little bit better. I don't know why. But yeah, I love the bad ones. And this should keep everything well lit here. I believe that is bright enough. If not, I will install... In fact, I will right now install corner ones as well. That will keep everything much, much better lit. In order to make the next layer, I will require some more glowstone. I have not got enough. I need 8 per, and I'm going to have 5 at the end of this. There we go. Nice little enclosed farming areas. They will help me out a lot in the long run. I'm going to build another layer here, and then I'm going to expand on all 4 sides and make a much bigger one, I feel would probably be fun to do. Let's see here. I need... How big is this? It is 2 on all sides before we build up 1. Okay. 2 on all sides before we build up 1. 2, 1. Okay. 2, 1. And from there we can just connect the dots. There we go. And that should do it. Let's go ahead and lay out the stone that I have here. I need to go down and get some more dirt, because I can at least make this layer. I just can't make another layer atop it. You know, because I don't have the light source to create an enclosed farm yet. I could use torches, but man, torches are lame. Glowstone blocks are so much cooler than torches. I'm sorry if you disagree, but I just love glowstone blocks. I like to stick them everywhere, as you can see down there. It's really dark down there right now, so I don't think I'm going to go down there just yet. I will, however, see you guys in the next episode. I hope you had fun with this one, talking about movies. Please do leave a comment and tell me what your favorite terrible monster movie is, if you have one. I would love to hear it, because I'm always looking for new ones to watch. Thank you guys for sticking around. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody, and have a good day. Bye-bye.